hear from the traffic. We are in Rome. Lots and lots of traffic. This is a plaza up those steps that you saw before. We're going back to a tour of the review of the ruins. Just a beautiful day here in Rome. Could not be nicer. This stonework was probably 2,000 years old. And this is the Roman Forum, which was basically the center of Rome. These are all the archaeological explorations. You can see the pins used to hold the marble. Very interesting design. Probably where there was a marble fragment, there was a building. This is all that's left of the Roman Forum. 2,000 years. Probably fires. Barbarians raped this land. Well, this is another view of the Roman Forum Valley. Move in a little bit closer. See some of the ruins. I don't know what it says, but I'm sure it's very, very old. Looks like some sort of a gate. I'm sure the Romans were big on gates. Here's a little closer view of that gate. Looks like they are doing some restoration. Nicely framed some of the ruins in the background. Looks like some sort of archaeology digs here.
You gonna walk that in there?
Very old church next to the Forum. Almost at ground level with the ruins. I mean, it's kind of an unusual feeling being here that this is a site of an ancient civilization. and a palm tree high on the hill overlooking the forum. Well, there's no need to name the Coliseum. Everyone certainly knows this very famous building. It is in remarkable condition considering the abuse the floor of the Coliseum was not solid.
Yes, it was.
The animals were brought in from underneath. There was a floor, but it was not solid dirt like a football playing field. So you see the corridors and tunnels really underneath the, we think, wooden field that was used.
I think they had some kind of a lift system to get the animals up. And I thought of something else, but then I forgot.
I think there was also a system of, because it's very, very sunny here today.
Oh, is it?
There was a system of a shade awning, not unlike a dome stadium that we have today, to keep the sun and the rain off of the spectators. Small little marble pillar in storage in one of the back rooms of the Coliseum. From every angle, there's a difference. It was probably some sort of an underground passage, maybe to bring in the animals from the street. These are marble blocks that rim the Coliseum. This is the Arch of Constantine.
The reliefs depict Constantine's victory over Maxentius at the Milvian Bridge. Just before the Battle of AD 312, Constantine had a vision of a cross in the heavens and heard the words, "In this sign thou shalt conquer." The victory led not only to the construction of this majestic marble arch, but more important, was a turning point in the history of Christianity. Soon afterward, a grateful Constantine decreed that it was a lawful religion and should be tolerated throughout the empire.
Well, we will say goodbye to the Coliseum. From every angle, it is a marvel. This is the plaque on the Coliseum. Okay, we're in Rome.
Okay, this is the city center of Piazza Venezia. Behind the enormous marble monument honoring the first king of unified Italy, Victor Emmanuel II, stands the Campidoglio Capitol Square on the Capitolini Hill. The majestic ramp and beautifully proportioned piazza are Michelangelo's handiwork, as are the three palaces. Palazzo Centorio.
This is a little bit closer view of that statue for Victor Emmanuel. Another view. This is now the City Hall for Rome. background? You hear the Rome traffic, the famous Rome traffic. It's everywhere.
The majestic ramp and beautifully proportioned piazza are Michelangelo's handiwork, as are the three palaces. Palazzo Senatorio is the center. At the center is still the ceremonial seat of Rome's City Hall. It is built over the tabularium where ancient Rome's state archives were kept. The palaces flanking Palazzo Senatorio contain the Capitoline museums. On the left, the Museo Capitolino holds some fine classical sculptures, including the Dying Gaul, the Capitoline Venus, and a fascinating series of portrait busts of ancient philosophers and emperors. In the courtyard of the Palazzo dei Conservatori, on the right of the piazza, you can see the mammoth fragments of a colossal statue of the Emperor Constantine as amusing props for snapshots. Inside you'll find splendidly frescoed salons as well as sculptures and paintings.
These are the steps that were mentioned in that tour book that lead up to the plaza. These are statues that top these three magnificent buildings here in Rome.
Oh, there's the wedding. There's the bride. See? You see the bride?
Clock? Yep.
Take a picture of it.
We have a hut-breaking news event here. There's a wedding here in the plaza. You can see the bride. There's a lot of
Looks like the maid of honor's got on black pants.
people in the wedding party. Such a beautiful setting.
She's hot though.
Well, we will resume our picture taking of the statues.
Very important. This is the Palace of Injustice. The Palace of Justice. That's what we call it. Soon after, right in the front of us, there is a castle. The name is Castel. 500 years ago, 15th century, built above the Emperor Hadrian's tomb. Hadrian, great Roman emperor of the 2nd century, the top of the Roman Empire. And this tower, the round tower, was his tomb, but the original part of the tomb is the bottom of the town. See the original stones, 2nd century. This fortress was built in the Middle Age by the popes above the Hadrian's tomb, a fortress that was built for the defense of the Vatican, used as refuge of the popes. Presently, it's an interesting national military museum. In the front of us, the angels, Bernini school sculptures.